Hello, y'all. Shaniqua is here. What is up? Okay, now this is the last and final update about Shaniqua's family crisis. Well, it was quite a crisis indeed. If you've been following these updates since I first posted the first video, this is like the third update. Basically, if you haven't followed along, you can either click up here about the first video and the second update, to follow along. But I'll give you a brief rundown, real quick, because in those videos I go into more detail. But basically, around February 6th, February 7th, my mother had a massive brain aneurysm. And then on the way to the ambulance, she suffered a severe seizure. On the way to the hospital in the ambulance, she suffered a severe seizure, which was from a massive stroke. Almost died. She had to be put on all this machinery and everything. And had to put a drain in her head to drain the blood out. And it was just, oh my God. And then after the drain was out, she was doing so well, and in my last video, I was telling you guys about that in the last update, that she was supposed to be home in about a week or two. Well, crisis struck again. With the blood that was still left in her brain, it caused the other blood vessels to spasm and then collapse. And it happened very quickly. When they were collapsing, she was hallucinating, seeing chickens in the room, and seeing this and seeing that and hearing this and hearing that and thinking this and thinking that. They're totally crazy. And they were like, okay, something's not right. She's way different than what she was yesterday. So they rushed her into a CAT scan, found that the blood vessels in her head were collapsing from the blood that was still around the brain. But they told us blood is supposed to be pumping through the blood vessels, be inside the blood vessels, not be on the outside of them. So it agitated them and caused them to collapse. So she almost died the second time from that. I don't think that was in the last update, because what I'm telling you right now about the blood vessels collapsing and her being rushed to surgery again happened after the last update. So she didn't come home when she was supposed to. Basically, to give you an idea how severe the situation was, I finally have some pictures to show you when she was in the hospital. And this is what she was hooked up to. This is how severe the situation was. She was not expected to make it through the night, period. And she did. And then they told us that she most likely won't walk out of the hospital alive. And so on and so forth. That the odds of her walking out of the hospital alive were like 90%. No. I keep saying that backwards, my dyslexia. The odds of her walking out of the hospital, not walking out of the hospital, the odds of her dying at the hospital pretty much. Okay, we're 90%. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, only 60% of people actually make it to the hospital. 60% of people die right there on the spot. That 60% that don't make it to the hospital die right on the spot. The other percent that go to the hospital, the percentage of them coming out of the hospital is very slim to none. Okay? 90% of those people die at the hospital. So, she only had maybe a 10% chance of leaving the hospital, or and an even lower chance of being perfectly fine. So, which she is, miraculously. But anyway, this is how bad the situation was. Let me get to the pictures. Just check this out. So you can see how severe and critical she was. Machines and this and that all plugged into her. A ventilator, she was on life support. She had a blood bag of all the blood coming out of her brain. It was intense. It was insane. She was not expected to be alive, nor was she expected to be herself. Period. Nothing. This is how well she's doing. Check this video out. I shot earlier today of how well and coherence and everything she can do. She was not supposed to be like this. It's a miracle. I'm like, we're like, oh my God. Because we were being told all this fucking craziness that don't get your hopes up for this, don't get your hopes up for that, don't do da. So, but of course, naturally we were. But even though we were told not to, we still were. And everything turned out great. I mean, she has occasional headache. Well, a headache, well, not occasionally, but headache most of, like, a lot of the time. From the drill they had to put in her head to put the tube in to drain out the blood around from her brain. And her legs are a little bit wild, but like, actually, it's boobies. But, so she has a little bit of hard time walking. I mean, she could walk perfectly fine. It's just that it's a little bit difficult because her legs feel like stiff and jelly-y. Like, they're jelly-y, but stiff at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, like stiff but wobbly. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so she has a hard time getting up the stairs, hard time doing, standing up and all that. But that's about it. The head pain from the drain and everything still hurts. And the legs, a little wobbliness. And her redirection is a little bit off a little bit. And also, her vision goes out of focus every now and then. But that is it. She is doing great. And here's that video. That I should tell us a little bit what happened and what she goes through and everything. So here's Mother.
That's okay. Okay, it's me. I went to the hospital. I don't remember anything except for when I woke up and I had a really bad headache and there was blood in my hair. And I guess I had a brain aneurysm and passed out. And I woke up when I had all this blood in my hair. And
let me get closer to
I
that.
still have blood in my hair right here, but I guess they shaved my head right there. And I had a really bad headache when I woke up. And then I found out that I guess I had a brain aneurysm. Anyways, but that's all. First thing I remember, I know I had a headache and I had blood all in my hair and stuff. But people told me what happened, but I don't remember it. I just remember that I had a really bad headache, and I still have one. I got one right now. And people told me that I guess I was saying my head hurt, and then I passed out and ended up in the hospital days and days and days.
And you were there for a month.
Yeah. I forgot that Deanna died and Shiva died and everything. I just woke up and I thought it was a bad dream. Remember I told you?
Mm-hmm.
And then you didn't know how to tell me that it was true, that Shiva was dead and so was Deanna.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
How was your experience at Sunrise when you remember being at Sunrise?
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I remember. And I kind of remember, like, bits and pieces of trying to leave and stuff like that. But the first thing I really remember is waking up and Ben being in my room. And Grandma and Roy were there. And I asked them, I said, man, who is that? And they were like, we don't know. So I was like, well, hold on a minute. And I was like, excuse me, who are you? And he woke up and he said, it's me, Ben. And I was like, Ben, really? And he told me that he found out from you.
He's trying to get the bracelets off of you. Come on, Porkies.
Yeah, that one says fall risk. I still am a fall risk because I'm still very dizzy. But anyways, I guess I don't remember going to Toontown, but Daniel told me that I came back home. That I remember seeing on the news that 2 or 3 people got shot. I remember that part. And I guess I wanted to go down there and find out who got shot. And when I came back, I had a really, really bad headache. And I remember, I guess I had my teeth in because you guys gave them back to me, but and I had this hat on. But I had a bad, bad headache when I woke up. And that's all. I don't even really remember.
How was your experience after you left Sunrise and you went to that?
I hated it there.
Mountains Edge Hospital?
The people would not even respond when you pushed the button. There was like, all they did was come in the room and take my blood pressure every so often and give me like medication. But it took me forever to even see the doctor. And when I first got there, these therapist people took me down the hallway and told me I was okay to leave. And then it took 2 days for the doctor to finally say I could leave. And I hated it out there. I mean, it's like no one would respond like if you pushed the button or called somebody. If you wanted to talk to a nurse or something, you had to go walk down the hallway and look for one. But anyways, I don't know. I didn't really know what happened. I know that I had this pain in my head, and there was all kinds of dried blood and everything, but I didn't know why it was
That
there.
was from when they put the drain. They had to drill a hole in your head and drain the blood out from around your brain.
Right.
Let me show them
It's
see
right
where they
here.
had to shave her head back right there, you guys. And there is
There's still a bump there.
that's where they had to put the drain in her head. And
then they put these bracelets on me with my name. It says fall risk, and then we have one on my leg.
yeah.
And anyways, when I woke up, the only thing I remembered was kind of like vaguely like trying to leave and stuff like that. And I remember that I woke up and I thought that I'd had a terrible nightmare that Vince was still alive and Sheba was still alive and Deanna was still alive, and I just thought that they were all bad dreams. And that's pretty much it.
So as you can see, you guys, she's alive. She's well. Let's show them how well you can walk. How about
I
that?
can't walk that good. You gotta help me up.
I'll help you
The
up.
backs
don't
of my
worry.
legs feel like I ran a long race.
Okay, I'm gonna step back.
I feel dizzy.
I know.
I still
All
feel
right.
dizzy and I can barely walk.
See, she's able to walk pretty well on her own, and things are.
Yeah, but the backs of my legs hurt. It feels like I ran a race. And then when I try to walk upstairs, my legs are really weak, like I've been running like for miles or something.
Right.
And I have a headache all the time.
That's from the. That's gonna go away on its own.
And I feel dizzy and kind of weak, and that's pretty much it.
You're a miracle case. You know that, right?
What?
You're a miracle case. You know that, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I suppose.
What do you mean, you suppose? Only 60% of the people actually make it to the hospital, and only 90% of the people make it out of the hospital.
Really?
I mean, 90% of the people don't make it out of the hospital. That's what I meant to say.
Oh.
60% of the people only make it to the hospital. 60% of people make it to the hospital, actually live long enough to get to the hospital, and 90 don't even leave once they get there.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. Well, surprise, I'm still here.
So, and not only are you here, but you didn't need much physical therapy. You're pretty much the same person we always remember.
It was only like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a month ago, right? What's
Mhm.
today?
Today is the.
'Cause I went on the 7th, I think.
Yeah, you got to the hospital at the 7th of February, very early in the morning. It was like 1 something in the morning.
Right. And it's what's today? The 4th or the 5th or something?
4th.
5th of March.
4th of March.
4th of March.
Yes.
So, I made it.
Miraculous recovery. That's for damn sure. Because they weren't expecting you. They told us you weren't
God
gonna.
was looking out for me.
They told us you weren't expected to make it through the night, and when it first happened, and here you are.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm still here.
All right, you guys, I'm
I'm
gonna
in a
get
little bit of
back.
pain, but I have a constant headache, but I guess that's gonna go away. I guess. I hope.
It will.
And then I'm gonna when I get to the doctor or whatever, because they didn't give me no medicine or nothing. They said I have to go see my primary doctor, and so when I go there, I'm gonna get nicotine patches and stop smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Because they said that the smoking is one of the reasons why this happened, and that I have high blood pressure and.
And it's also hereditary, the type of aneurysm you had. It runs in the family, mostly in the females of the family, but guys can have it too.
Right.
They advised all of us.
And they said I have high blood pressure, and that that my veins were weakened in my head or something.
Yeah.
And that's why my head started bleeding. And then when they tried to resuscitate me or whatever, then my veins collapsed in my head. And they had to...
What happened was the aneurysm, the blood thing that had the aneurysm on it ruptured and popped, and there was a lot of blood in your brain. And they had to do the procedure to get the blood out, put a drain in, fix the aneurysm, whatever. And then shortly after that,
my veins collapsed.
The veins in your head started collapsing because the blood is supposed to be in the veins, not outside of the veins.
Right.
And that was agitating them and making them, spaz out and then collapse.
Plus, because I've smoked, they were thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to say before I sign off for your part of the video?
Nothing. Just I'm glad I'm alive.
Hey!
I'm glad I'm alive. I'm happy I'm out of the hospital. That's it. I wish this headache would go away, though.
It will with time, I promise. All right, y'all. I'm going to get back to the main part of my video, and I'll see you guys soon.
I got this thing where they stuck this long...
Oh, yeah, we forgot to show that. This was a, what'd you call it? What'd you say it was? It was kind of like an IV, but it went from here all the way to the heart.
A PICC.
PICC line. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and when they pulled it out, it was like long.
Long.
It went all the way to my heart or something.
Oh my God, it did.
And it had 3 things attached to it.
But we gotta leave that on there for a minute.
And they put something in my groin right here too.
That was the filter for the blood clot they found while you're at the hospital.
Right. They said it's called a stent or something.
Yeah, and it has to be taken out in about 6 months.
Yeah, 3 months, they said.
3 to 6 months, yeah. Right. Or else it will start to travel.
Right.
Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to get back to my main part of the video. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye. Or hello, or whatever. Can't keep a good woman down.
So, I'm telling you guys, from bam to bam, in a month is like, ah! So we're excited. I got her this. Boop. Welcome home mom cake. Her favorite, red velvet. And then this, which is called bomblade or something. It's like some fancy plant. And the reason why I got her this fancy plant, that you guys can see right here, and it's because, for one, they're absolutely beautiful. 2, they're strong. And 3, they're very hard to kill. So that's what I told her when I brought her the big bomblade. Where the hell do you fucking pronounce that? I said, here you go, Mom. Something as beautiful and strong and hard to kill as you. And she just laughed. She's like, oh God, okay, whatever. And I also got one for the hospital. A little smaller one right here. So, that for the hospital that saved her life. Oh my God, the hospital was amazing. The first one. Sunrise Hospital. Amazing. But the second one they sent her to Mountain's Edge Hospital. That is a whole other video that I will be talking about later in the next couple of days. Mountain's Edge Hospital, let's just say it's a doctor's office. There's no one there. No one does shit. It looks like a doctor's office. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Very, very, very understaffed. People are not cared for. Yada, 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 yada. Unlike Sunrise. Okay. So, there you have it. I will do a video about my experience at Mountain's Edge Hospital compared to Sunrise Hospital a little bit later. Do a rant on that. Shaniqua versus. Because this is a hell of a versus with the Mama went through at Mountain's Edge. I don't even know why they started there in the first place. It was just, oh, okay. But yeah, so peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Hugs and kisses. I'll be back as soon as I possibly can with more videos of the fabulous Miss Jenkins. So peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Hugs and kisses. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll be back as soon as I possibly can. Mwah.